Well, we've come to winter, and this is a great period of time where it's really starting to get cold. It's only going to get colder. So, of course, cold weather, autumn, winter fragrance recommendations are going to be abound on your subscription list, on your browse features list. So I wanted to challenge myself here a little bit and give you 5 fragrances that maybe not many of the other reviewers are going to be talking about. Of course, all of the usual ones will be coming out: Armani Code, Profumo, Oud Satin Mood, all of those different things that you've heard before. In fact, I'm probably going to be saying a lot of the usual ones as well, but I really wanted to try and give you 5 fragrances that not too many people are talking about, but they're still good, they're still great, and they're still going to be fantastic additions to your autumn and or winter collection. Number 5 is from the house of Swedoft. This is X Oud. This has had some comparisons to Oud Wood, but it's unnecessary, just because it's got a little bit of oud in it and it works in the same way that oud does, as in it's a softer, more creamier oud. Doesn't necessarily mean that this has really got anything to do with Oud Wood. Oud Wood is a lot more of a darker fragrance. It's really got a fantastic balance between that really good solid woody aroma and that low level creaminess with a few resins involved. This is a lot more aerated. This is actually a lot more like an aromatic. I think that the opening is the weakest part of this fragrance, and it actually sort of damages the fragrance a little bit. That's why it's low on this list at number 5. The opening I don't like. It's actually very medicinal, it's very chemically, but as it dries down it becomes a lovely woody oud, but with this aromatic sort of spiciness with a little bit of herbal as well going on. So it's breathy, it's aerated, and it's almost a little bit vegetable-y with the way that it uses that sort of oxygenated scent. So it's unique, it's wonderful, and as it dries down it actually smells very similar to that of the smells that you get in a forest at sunrise. I've been wanting to actually do a review of this literally at sunrise, and to give you the visual theme of it, it's fantastic. But if you are testing it and you think that that opening is quite harsh, I completely agree with you, but just wait a moment, just give it 10 minutes, and then it turns into something that is really lovely and really great. This will be good for casual use, signature scent potentially, work, office, good as well. It's not so striking that this could work out on a night out or dating or anything like that. It's quite reserved, but powerful in its own right. Number 4 is this. This is Louis Cardin's Sacred. Now, this is a wonderful fragrance. It's very chocolatey. If you're a chocoholic, this is something that you definitely should look out for. It's had a polarizing response, and I can really see it. Some people say that it's sickly sweet. Others say that it just smells as though you've just thrown a load of chocolate mousse over yourself, and I get that. But I think that there is enough in here. There is enough woodiness and quite a little bit of it's like this metallic amber. That's the only way that I can explain it. I know that it's amber, but it's got this silvery metal, like iron element in it that's working in with the chocolate. It's very unique and very intriguing, very interesting. This is a great cheap priced fragrance, and although people are polarized by it, and some people have even taken my recommendation on and then have later had buyer's remorse, and they've even said, no George, this isn't for me. I think that that's quite interesting because it also has some fans such as myself, and it has people who really love it and really think that it's brilliant. But that's good. That means that it's not just another run-of-the-mill cheapie. It's a fragrance that stands on its own, that's got personality, that's got something to say, that's got something that actually defines itself. And in this, just look at the fragrance releases of this year. In a world of bland fragrance releases that are just repetitive and continuous, this is actually quite a shining star. If you love vanilla, if you love amber, if you really love chocolate and those sorts of desserts like vanilla ice cream, chocolate fudge cake, this is something that you should really look for, and it's not as mentioned by a lot of other reviewers. Number 3, this is from the house of Duetto. This is City Love, and this is a fragrance that I have a lot of good memories with, and it's a rose oud fragrance, and it gets really kind of lost in the shuffle. And understandably, rose and oud is whatever, right? It's almost passé. But this one I've always liked because it has like a raspberry or just a berry smell. Blackberry, raspberry, even strawberry, blueberry. It's got that interlinked with this really quite rugged oud, which is fantastic. And not just that, but the projection and longevity is staggering. It's fantastic. It is maximum strength and all of that good stuff. Really, truly, I don't mean to exaggerate. I feel as though sometimes fragrance reviewers can exaggerate about, projection longevity, and then you will buy it and your fingers will be burnt. No, Duetto are very much known for the fact that their fragrances are very pungent, they're very powerful, and they've got very big sillage. Mostly all of their fragrances, including Golden Boy and more idiosyncratically Sativa, which is a very fresh and citrusy fragrance, which you wouldn't usually think is going to be a long-lasting fragrance or a huge bomb of fragrance. It is. But City Love is great for people who want a little bit of fruit and quite a lot of berry in their oud fragrances that really sharpens it, sweetens it up, and gives it a very, very lovely and lively wearable scent. I've worn this sometimes to theatre excursions, plays, and one time I went to see Stuart Lee, the stand-up comedian, wearing this, where I got tremendously drunk. Number 2 is a fragrance that I personally am the only person who seems to be hyping it. So is it a hidden gem? Certainly not on this channel, but in the sphere of fragrances and fragrances that are being talked about right now, this is definitely a hidden gem. This, of course, is Robert Graham's Fortitude. Yeah, this is just fantastic. The cap is a little bit weird. I'm not going to, there we go, not going to lie, but this is just try to smell. If you're a bloke, right? If you're a guy, a gentleman between the ages of 25 to 55, 60, and you're wanting just a really straightforward, casual, masculine fragrance that has a lot of the great elements of designer masculine elements. It's got a nice bit of sweetness, it's got some sandiness, it's got some woodiness, it's very fulfilling in the realm that it's trying to take a lot of the different elements that we know and take for granted with designer fragrances from sort of years gone by and put them into one solid fragrance. It's classy, it's sophisticated, it's really wearable, and it's just asking for somebody out there to make it your signature scent. Truly, this is, you've just got to try it, just got to test it out. It is one of my number 1 recommendations at this very moment. It's phenomenal and I've been loving it, and you can just see how much I've been wearing of it. It's really just taken the cake for me this fall, and I'm continually trying to push this and get it into the nostrils of you, my viewers. And finally, the biggest hidden gem, some of you may know, well, I don't know, some of you may not, some of you may. This is truly something I've been wanting to smell, I've been wanting to own, should I say, for a little while. And now I've been wearing it, I've just absolutely fallen in love with it. I think it's bloody fantastic. It's everything that I could want right now in my journey, and I want to present it to you. This is Atkinson's His Majesty, the Oud. I still think that that's a very preposterous and silly name, but okay, no dramatics, right? No sort of Timmy going, oh yes, let's not do that. Okay, so this is, to me, it's obviously got oud, but it's got this kind of burning wood vibe in here, meshed with some vanilla and tea that really kind of smoothens it out and makes that burning sensation, that burning smell, not too pungent. There's a real balancing act going on. It's burning, yet it's got vanilla, yet it's got wood. It is a great centerpiece on the westernized ouds that add sugar and vanilla and amber to make it more susceptible to a Western palate. It's that done to a perfect tea, but that burning element mixed along with the tea, the calming tea, is something that is so unique and so intriguing, and it's truly addictive. If you're a fan of Ragba by Lattafa, most of the Lattafa fragrances, 24 Gold, of course, Ard Al Zafaron, I can never remember that name. It's a very, very popular cheap oud brand that's always on Amazon. If you're a fan of that kind of smell, if you're a fan of Middle Eastern fragrances, but more the Middle Eastern fragrances that are now trying to be adopted to add that sweetness and add that sugar for Western palates, which has kind of become like a trippy genre of fragrance in itself, you've got to just check this out. You've got to check this out. It is warming, it is heady, it's heavy, it's comforting, it's cozy, and it's unique and interesting, and it just ticks so many boxes for me personally, and it may very well do so for you, because it's got the comfort factor, it's got the cozy factor, fantastic in cold weather, but it's just got these little jabs of things that are going to keep you interested and keep you engaged with the fragrance, like that burning element, just so softly balanced and blended well with the vanilla, the amber, the tea, and the more aromatic elements. It's fantastic, it's brilliant. I can't say enough about it. I'm saying that it's my number one hidden gem for you in winter, but you're going to be seeing a lot more of this. This is definitely going to be on my top 10 winter for 2021, no doubt. So that is my list of hidden gem fragrances for autumn and winter. Hope that you got some great information out of it. And please tell me, what have you been wearing that not many people are talking about? I'm always interested to hear what you're doing and what you're wearing and where your journey is. But here they are. Hope that you really get some great solid information out of this. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, you got something out of it, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time that I upload. Thanks so much. I'm the Fragrance Press. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.